Hi, I'm John Kursky, and in this video, I'm going to show you that if you see this potential issue in Power Query Lint Pro, how this issue commonly shows up when you're importing data from SharePoint, and what to do to fix it. Alright, so before we get started, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel so you can stay up to date on all the new features and information about the rules that we have in Power Query Lint moving forward. And with that, let's give you a little bit of background as to what this issue is. So up on my screen here, I've got a SharePoint list that has a lookup column. And so if I go to add a new item, you can see I can pick some from a drop-down. This is a common situation with the SharePoint list. Well, when I go to import this data into Power Query, let me go ahead and switch over to my Power Query window. A lot of the times you'll use like SharePoint tables, which I would suggest you use OData instead, and we have another video on that. I'll include that in the video. And if I remove the columns, just the two that I showed on the screen in the SharePoint list, you'll notice that this is a list of data. And if I expand that list, there's a record. Now, if I want to extract the value and I just click on the right here, you'll notice that the lookup value is the property in the record that I want to extract. So what I've seen a lot of times with what folks will do is they'll go to Add Custom, and if I expand this window, they see that Record.Field, they'll get it in IntelliSense. They say, oh, I need to pull the field out, so I will go ahead and get that lookup value. And everything works great. You can see the values are here, and I can kind of move on with the work that I'm doing. But if you don't manage that SharePoint environment, or let's say that list changes, what happens if that field for group selected isn't used or not required, let's say, and I hit save? Well, now if I go back to Power Query and I hit refresh, I've got a cell level error now because there was no record. And this will lead to blanks in your data, or you'll see errors when you hit refresh. We'll have cell level errors. Well, in Power Query Lint Pro, if I go to copy this code and I paste it in, go to lint it, you'll notice at the top right, it has this error, use record, field, or default. Now, what do we mean by that? Well, it's a simple change, but one that's very impactful. What I can do is use the record, field, or default. So you can get IntelliSense. This one. This is the one you're going to want to use. So I'm going to do record, field, or default. I'm going to pick group selected, pick lookup value, and then the third argument, I'm just going to put it as a blank. Now you can fill it out with anything you want, but that will be the default value if there's no record or there's no field in that record. So now if I hit OK, you notice that instead of having a cell level error, I have a blank now. And if I go back to Power Query Lint, clear this, paste the code, that error is gone, or potential issue. And this will happen with multi-lookups. This can happen with any sort of user fields or group fields in SharePoint. And this common issue is one of the reasons we put this rule into Power Query Lint Pro. So what you saw today is in Power Query Lint Pro, we can highlight the use of Record.Field, how its relationship with SharePoint, which it comes up as a common issue that leads to cell errors, and the very simple fix on how to resolve that using Record.Field or default instead of Record.Field. So I hope you learned something today. Stay tuned for more rules and features. We'll have videos out every week for the next couple of weeks here. And with that, appreciate your time.